will come to order. We do not have a quorum yet, so we're going to start with a subcommittee. And Senator Carter, you are welcome to proceed on Senate Bill 1651.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee members. This Senate Bill 1651 is about Missouri soil and water conservation districts that are on the front lines of protecting our state's most vulnerable resources, our soil and water. These local districts work hand in hand with farmers, ranchers, and landowners every day to implement conservation practices that prevent erosion, improve water quality, and keep Missouri agriculture strong and sustainable for generations to come. The dedicated employees in these districts are the backbone of that important work. Yet, as one of my constituents shared this past interim, retaining these talented professionals has become increasingly difficult. A major reason is that their benefit package, particularly health insurance for families, is simply not competitive with what other employees can offer. Right now, while SWCD employees can access certain plans through the Missouri Consolidation Health Care Plan, the structure for dependent coverage leaves families paying significantly higher rates. Because they operate in smaller pools, they do not receive the full advantage of the large, stable risk pools that state employees enjoy. Senate Bill 1651 fixes this problem with a straightforward, targeted solution. The bill adds a new section to Chapter 278, RSMO, making it clear that employees of soil and water conservation districts shall be subject to the same health care benefits and rates as state employees under Chapter 103. This change allows their dependents to participate fully in the state employee pool, making family coverage far more affordable. By strengthening benefits for these essential conservation workers, we help districts attract and keep the skilled staff they need to continue serving Missouri's farmers and protecting our natural resources. This is a common sense piece of legislation that delivers real value for the people to deliver real value for Missouri agriculture. I respectfully ask for your support, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Senators. Any questions for the Senator? Seeing none, is anybody here to testify in favor of Senate Bill 1651? Please come forward now. Be sure to leave your witness form on the table, too. Please proceed.
Yes, I'm a Andrew Mulder district employee for McDonald County. I serve as a district specialist 6, so I also serve about 16 counties. I'm also a representative for the Employees Association, and I'm here on behalf of the Employees Association to ask for support for this bill so we can help try to retain our employees that we train and turn over, because this is a huge issue from our standpoint that we do see from our evaluations that we send out to our employees.
Any questions for this witness? Senator McCreary.
Could you just share a few examples of jobs, industries where your folks are moving to? Like, are they moving to private industry or
Government?
Okay.
Yeah. So we're housed in the same facilities as the Natural Resources Conservation Service,
Okay.
the NRCS, USDA. And a lot of times we see crossover. Basically, we're kind of a training ground for them. We get them some qualifications, and then a job opening comes up and we see them move to them quite frequently.
I appreciate you sharing that. We see that across a lot of, including like with law enforcement and things like that. They get trained in one city and then move to someplace else where they can get better benefits. So thanks for sharing that.
Yes.
Senator Berger.
Do you have an example of what the difference in the rates are for the health insurance rates?
So last year, I do have a couple. Let's see. So last year, the cost for a state employee was $755.
Is that for a family?
For an individual.
For an individual, okay.
And as a district, it was $985. And so from our soil and water program, they were covering approximately 85 to 90% of that. So out of pocket, I would have been around $80 a month. Whereas when you get into just adding one kid, for the state was $1,018 and the district was $1,685. Well, they still only provided so much for our health insurance. So in that, I would have been out an additional $700 just to add my kid. a month.
And most of your employees are probably young people
Yes, yeah, we
that have families.
We do have a little bit of diversity in that, but yes, we do have younger kids coming out of school,
Right.
wanting to start a family. One instance, we actually lost an employee in Stone County to the NRCS, and unfortunately, whenever they did the government cuts, he wound up losing his job with the NRCS. Fortunately, we were able to get him back. So he is on, but his insurance is very high, and he is starting a young family, and so that is a burden. And for now, he's been able to abate that, but we would love to be able to provide better
Rates.
insurance rates for those, so we could retain them. Yes.
Thank you.
Any further questions for this witness? Seeing none, thank you for your testimony. I want to take a quick just second here. Sydney, would you please call the roll so we can get a quorum?
Senators Bean.
Here.
Berger. Bernstetter. Crawford. Gregory. McCreary. Washington.
We have a quorum, so now we're official. So anyway, next up, in favor of Senate Bill 1651, please come forward.
Good morning. My name's James Boschert. I am the Executive Director for the Missouri Association of Soil and Water Conservation Districts. The Missouri Association of Soil and Water Conservation Districts supports the 114 soil and water districts across the state. There's a soil and water district in each county. At our board meeting in March, our board voted to support, this action, this legislation. So just wanted to present that to y'all. One of the things our boards deal with on the county level is employee turnover, and the boards are made up of farmers. That's one of the requirements for being on our board is you have to be an agricultural landowner, and personnel management is something they struggle with. So if they can retain their employees, they're all that much better off. So that's basically all I had to say.
Any questions for this witness? Seeing none, thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
up in your testimony. Next up, in favor of Senate Bill 1651, please come forward. Seeing none, is anybody here in opposition to Senate Bill 1651? Anybody here for informational purposes only? Seeing none, Senator, do you have any closing comments?
Oh, just that. We would just like to see these guys be able to retain, to stay in the job and the position that they love and they're trained in without feeling like they are being pushed out of that position. So thank you for your time.
Right. That will conclude the hearing on Senate Bill 1651. I now make a motion we go into executive session. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are in executive session. We have one bill on the agenda for executive session. I now make a motion to take up Senate Bill 1516. Do I have a second? Second. Have a second. All in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, nay. This is Senator Gregory's bill we heard last week relating to fences and enclosures. I now make a motion to vote Senate Bill 1516 out of committee. Do pass. Have a second? Second. Have a second. Is there any discussion? Senator, do you have anything you need to add? Hearing none, Sydney, please call the roll.
Senators Bean.
Aye.
Berger. Bernstetter. Crawford. Gregory. McCreary. Washington.
By your vote of 7-0, Senate Bill 1516 is voted out of committee. Do pass. I now make a motion to exit executive session. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, nay. We are out of executive session. No further business coming with the committee. I may make a motion we adjourn. Do I have a second? All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, nay. Ayes have it. We are adjourned. Thank you all.